Most period trackers break if you miss a single day, but Period 3.0 actually has a memory of your unique biology. Instead of guessing, I designed it to use your average period length to hold your phase open for you, keeping your dashboard accurate even when life gets in its way. Since I launched the system in September of 2025, I've evolved it from an automatic tracker into a fully automated health analyst. Today, I'm going to show you the massive 2026 intelligence updates I've added and how you can use them to master your cycle. Here's what I've done to make Period 3.0 even smarter. Self-healing logic. My new 48-hour grace period knows the difference between a forgotten log and an early period, automatically fixing your timeline so your data is always perfect. Tiered intelligence. I've updated your personal note to prioritize your actual logs. If you track a headache or high energy, the system overrides general phase advice to give you specific real-time tips. A macro analyzer sync. The dashboard now natively pulls your cycle strategy directly from your daily log analyzer, meaning tips I'm giving you are powered by your own long-term patterns. I've worked to make this a more intuitive, talk-back experience that acknowledges exactly how you feel. Now, let's jump into the profile settings, and I'll show you how to get started. In here, you can change your picture, add your name, add your age, and you can even change the color themes. Let's change this from purple to red and pink to, let's say, gray. Now you can see it has a completely different look and vibe. And of course with Notion, it comes with this cover section, which you can remove or change to customize it even further. Now you might be saying, well, what do you mean about this smart tracker? So before, when you would log your period day, for example, today is the 7th and I have not logged a period day, it would think that I was out of my menstrual phase and into the follicle phase because I haven't logged a period. I logged the 5th and the 6th as a period, so it's thinking before that I had a 2-day period. Well, now it's looking at my average period length. So once you log 2 periods, it will get an average period length and assume that you're going to have a 3-day period. And it will give you a 48-hour grace period. So what that means is if I still don't log a period within 48 hours, it will then know I had a shorter period, a 2-day period. And then, of course, I could end up having a longer period. That's fine as well. Too, it will know and then adjust my average period length. But as for now, as most period tracker apps, that's pretty much how they work as well. They're assuming by your average period length. So instead of today automatically jumping into the follicle phase, it's still in the menstrual phase, and I can get my menstrual tips and a personal note. Now this personal note is going to look at your daily logs in the daily log analyzer to really personalize it. So because I'm in my menstrual phase, it's saying you're in your restoration mode, your body and mind are asking for a pause, prioritize aggressive rest, say no to extra demands, and treat yourself with radical grace. How it knows this is based off of my other logs, and that is pulling from my analyzer. Okay, so this here is the menstrual analysis. This is the analyzer that I'm speaking of. So you get an analysis for this year overall and for your monthly cycles. So it's even pulling information from those to give you a personal note, along with your logs for the day. So to log your flow and symptoms today for hyper personalized tips. Log your flow and symptoms today for hyper personalized tips. So if I did end up getting that period today, if it was once again 3 days, I would go to my current cycle and say log period day. This is going to automatically understand that this is a period day within this period month, and I am on menstrual day 3, and it's going to put today's date. And then I can go ahead and log my symptoms there. And then I have my other periods here. My other days here that aren't my period. Okay, now let's log an other day. As you can see, it automatically knows that this is my daily log 4, and it is going to automatically create today's date. Now this is a logging error since this is an other day, and of course, if I'm logging an other day on a period day, it's going to give that error. So we're going to change this date to the 9th. And there it is, follicle date 2. And then I get my tip 4. And I can go ahead and log in just whatever I want to note for this day. Maybe I did some Pilates. Oops. Maybe I want to note the moon phase, my mood, and just really anything that I just want to note on a day that isn't my period. Maybe I want to see for those cycles how my days are. And if I go to menstrual averages, I can see my menstrual counts, my menstrual averages, but I can also see for the other days as well. So these are going to be my average daily log entries for the days that aren't my period. And the same thing for the counts. And I can go ahead and add even custom entries, so things that aren't on the select list. For instance, we open back daily log 4, and for, let's say, symptom, I could say something like dry eyes. I'm just trying to think of anything here. I just want to know that I had this symptom this day. And I can change the color if I want. If I go over into counts or averages, either one, it should show up. And I can do this for any one of these logs, whether it's menstrual or other day. But it should note. Let me go to monthly counts. To the other day, since this is a log I made on the other day. And symptoms, where are symptoms, mood count, symptom, dry eyes 1. So unlike period 2.0, you can add your own custom entries for your daily logs and still get the averages and counts. You also get a more personalized tips, personalized notes according to what you have logged. Feeling bloated, hydration is key. Try sipping on some peppermint or ginger tea to soothe your system. Now let's go ahead and look at the trying to conceive tracker, because this is something newer since the launch as well. So when you enter your daily logs, you'll have where you can enter your temperature, your discharge, any test you've taken, the test results, and you'll get a filtered view so you can get a better overview and a little insight into what you've filled out. So if you're trying to conceive, this might be helpful for you. I've also added a birth control page now. Period 2.0 had a birth control section. This one I believe is better and smarter. It's going off what you log. So if you log that you've taken a pill, you have your pill right in here in your pill database, in your birth control database. So you would select it. So what you would do is you'd come to birth control, you'd add in the type of birth control you are taking, and you can add, let me see if I can pull this out better, the active days and break days. And then it would create this pill pack. And whenever you log a day, you can log the days that you took your pill. So you can check them off, and you'll have this kind of virtual pill pack. And you can even see any days that you missed. If I move this over, say I logged this on the 11th, it knows that that is my follicular day 4. If I did this on the 17th, it knows that I did a daily log 4 on my fertile day 5. And right here, you can add notes, whether or not you were intimate with anyone. You can add who you were intimate with. Oops, sorry. Down here. And you will even be able to see. You can even say what birth control you took. And maybe you also had an appointment that day with your doctor. So it's pretty smart. You can add in your basal temp, any test you've taken here, and the test results. Of course, you can add in these as well, customize this. Up here, I have where you can log old period cycles. Basically, when you log a new period cycle, it's automatically going to create this here with the current month. So it would say April 2026, since I'm in the current month. But when you log an old period cycle, this is basically when you first get the template. It's just something I added to make it a little bit easier for you. Instead of naming it April 2026, it says new page. So you would log, let's say I want to log a period that I had in January on the 13th. I could add in everything there, and then I could just go to this new page, and of course I would want to rename this to January 2026 and just open it up. And it's right there. Any periods that are not this year are automatically, when you're logging your periods, or it's the next year, they're automatically going to go into the archived. So you'd be able to see any old cycles, and they'll be organized by year right in here. And then you have all of these different views. So if you go to period logs, You have a timeline view. You can see for each cycle month all of your period logs and the entries you made. If you want a view such as this, you can see this view. And there's just all different views. There's even an irregular cycle view. I believe that is in all logs. Or maybe it's all cycle logs, sorry. In all cycle logs, you can see any irregular cycles as well. So there aren't any in here, but if I had any irregular cycles, so it would be any cycles that are less than 21 days or more than 35 days, and you'd be able to see those. Now, when you get this, you might want to favorite the quick view. And there is a really, I think, really great update in this quick mobile view. So I already had mini calendars, which showed I'll show you those in a moment, but I created a much better calendar for your phone view, so you can get a quick glance of your phases in a little calendar view where you can see the color blocks. Menstrual is red, follicular is pink, fertile is purple, and luteal is blue. And then your predicted period you'll see in red as well. So that's pretty neat. It just gives you a quick glance view, and then you can see your period is today, notifications, some key dates, and you can see your phase dates if you want to just look at the actual dates as well here, and all of your logs for your current cycle as well. But if you go over into the mini calendars, you can see for each month that quick view, and I still have the other mini calendars if you just want this view where it just shows the menstrual logs. Both I think are really nice. But that was another one of my favorite updates that I recently did. And I did do a slight update to the yearly estimates. I just made it look a little better and also give you a little notification if your estimates might be off, because maybe your average cycle is duration is irregular because maybe you have irregular periods. It'll let you know. And it will let you know this is a 27-day average cycle. So this one's regular, but what this does is it gives you estimates for the year. And as you log more periods, these estimates will probably become a little more accurate. But it gives you an idea of what to expect for the year if you want to do any long-term planning. And I believe that's basically it. I also added just an extra little page, understanding your menstrual seasons. Of course, there's already this perimenopausal tracking guide, which if you have irregular periods and your age is, I believe, in the 40s, you will get a little notification that right here saying your cycle's irregular, you may be going through perimenopause, and to maybe read that page and click the links within there. Another really great thing about this is there is a feedback and help section. You can click here, or there is a quick link here as well. What this does, it's going to open your browser if you're not already in your browser in Notion. It'll open your browser to this link. And from here, you can see the changelog. So this is the other really great thing about the Period 3.0 is that it's the final version. So anything new that's being added is going to be added in the 3.0. And it's pretty much complete, but also at any point when I get feedback for a suggestion, I will more than likely implement this. So If you want to see, hey, what's going on with this period tracker? Is there anything new? You can just come check right on the change log. And if you want those implemented into your template that you already have, you have to reduplicate this template. And there are instructions here how to import and export your data to make it simple for you. If you go over to period tracker help, here is where you can leave feedback. So this is where also I get ideas to update. So the trying to conceive was a suggestion from one of the users of this period 3.0. If there's anything, calculations that aren't working correctly, you could submit feedback to feature request, bug report, general feedback, question, improvement, other. So at any point, I check this periodically. I try to do it at least a couple times a week. And as soon as I can, I will, if it's possible, I will implement it or fix any bugs. And then I would advise you to either leave your name and email or come back to this link and check to see any updates, because I will leave comments letting you know what's going on with the with your suggestion or feedback. You can even come on here and visit any common questions. It's categorized, and then you can go to all questions as well. So you can look on there first, look at the changelog, everything, and then if nothing has been fixed or changed yet, or you still don't understand anything here, or there's a feature you want, just leave the feedback. You can even email me at nellynotions@gmail.com. Okay, let's go back to the period 3.0. There are full instructions at the bottom menu, but then there's also just really quick start checklist that you can look at right here. Just to quickly get you started so you can get an idea of how this works. I try to put some more recent updates in here for new users. And then right here is where you can just click and leave a review. I'd really appreciate that. If you love this template, leave a 5-star review. Like I said, if there's anything you don't like about it or you'd like improved, you can always go to that feedback link, and I will fix or improve anything in the template that you'd like. But there isn't going to be a period 4.0. Like I said, period 3.0 will, for now on, receive all of the updates. So once you purchase this, anything new to it is going into here. So you will receive all updates. But with Notion, you do need to reduplicate the template. I believe I covered everything. I really hope you like this. And if you like my channel, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment. Leave feedback. Thank you and have a great day.